Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing an acclaimed game, Trog. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's just go easy. Let's go easy on ourselves for the first off. Almost kind of feels like Bomberman. So you push up, you just push up or down, and then he goes until you change direction. So there's no stopping or doing anything. Alright, I get it. I get what's going on here. Honestly, controls kind of suck. He's very kind of not great on changing direction. And like I said, once you hit an arrow, you are going that direction until you change. It's kind of like playing Pac-Man, only with Pac-Man... No, I think Pac-Man you kind of stop as well. Or you can't stop as well, if I remember correctly. Trying to collect everything while we're doing this. Alright, we got there. Honestly, a basic... Nothing really spectacular, and like the fact that the level hasn't really changed, or like they changed the color, and that's about it, and then of course added a whole bunch more guys. Yeah, this feels so much like Pac-Man right now. It's like Pac-Man without more of the, without any of the, oh, come on. Without any level changing. And with much worse controls. Your guy's a lot slower. We're gonna just eat all the cavemen. Alright, now we get now we get out of here. And get a bunch of points. Like, I want to see if they're going to do anything different for the levels. Okay. Well, we do have a slight variance. Now it looks even more like... Oh, come on. We do have speed. That's kind of nice. I mean, they upped the difficulty pretty quickly. In the fact that they just have so many guys going. A decent amount of power-ups, though. I mean, all in all, that's not a terrible thing. They give you enough to kind of make it through. Ah, whoa. Oh, come on. See, shit, like, what are you supposed to do there? Oh, we can hit him. Okay. It would have probably been a good idea if I would have pushed a button. I was just so, like, ingrained in the fact that it was so much like Mega Man, like Pac-Man, that I didn't even think to, I don't know, push a button. I mean, that does change things. I mean, the game is kind of already so boring. Like, they're not doing a whole lot for variety. Yeah, a couple of the levels do, like, Jesus. They do add a couple of power-ups here and there. But, I mean, that's more just to break up the monotony of what the game is. And this is, like... I mean, they changed this, like, thing around a little bit, but it seems like the other... I mean, they're all the levels, granted, maybe a little different, but for as little different as they are, they're all virtually the same. And the fact that you can actually, like, punch everything kind of makes the game, now that we know, makes the game so much even more basic. Yeah, here I was thinking it was like Pac-Man where you have to avoid and ding, but your dinosaur can punch. So now it's just like there is no challenge at all at this point. And it doesn't even matter about the... Oh, we got pummeled on that one. It is kind of funny that he ate us. Kind of hilarious. We can do that too. Yeah, honestly, the controls kind of suck still. Like, even though we're getting the hang of it and it's not so bad, it still is not as responsive as you would like it to be. Well, oh, there's a bonus. Okay, so this isn't even really a change in venue. It's just a bonus stage. So what, we just get all these? Oh, and we're a big dinosaur too. I didn't realize that. So the whole point is just to eat as many cavemen as we can. Yeah, honestly, not overly spectacular in any way, shape, or form. Why pizza? Like, they're cavemen and dinosaurs. How is he thinking of pizza? So now is it they're making it to where... Well, I wonder what this does. Oh, we blow fire. We shoot fire. But we can't get over the other... Oh, I'm probably an idiot, aren't I? Yeah, I'm an idiot, of course, right? Yeah, honestly, I mean, for a small doses or whatever, it's not a terrible game, but it really becomes more and more of the same. I mean, now we got lots of these in and out. But at the moment, other than doing a couple of these little silly things, we're not really in any real worry about getting hurt. I mean, with the fact that we can punch, like, unless you like get caught in a really bad situation, it's almost hard to die at this point. Like, I mean, there's going to be spots where we will, and we're gonna get into horrible situations where there's going to be like more guys than we can deal with at any given moment. Oh, come on. Yeah, the controlling is really frustrating. Because we go right out. It's not letting us make that turn. The controls is the biggest thing that kills us. The controls suck. Like, plain and simple, the controls suck. And trying to make some of these too quick turns, like coming out of there and dealing with stuff, it doesn't work very well. Now we gotta figure out our way home. See, we pop right out of there and we can't turn. And it just, boom, you're done. That, I think, is the biggest... That's the only way that you really die in this game is because of the shit controls. Like, they're very unresponsive and slow. And you go to do stuff and you gotta do it like way in advance. And stuff like this where you're coming out of the door and you have to make that quick turn. It's almost like it can't do it. Like, to be completely honest, it really feels like it's not able to do that because of the sluggish controls. All in all, the game is kind of silly. It's playable. It's okay. It's fun for a couple minutes. It's definitely not a, ooh, I want to own this game. This is one of those, rent it for a weekend. You could probably have a little bit of fun with it. And then that's it. I mean, once you play it, you're kind of done. And yeah, they're introducing all these doors. But I mean, it becomes just a gimmick where, okay, we're going one door, and then we just go to the other door, and then the other door, and then the other door, and then we did, and then you, since you can punch, there's really very, very, very low risk of death, except for by controller. It's only death by control is for the most part, and in these situations like you saw with the door, where we kept coming out and trying to turn, and we'd be just going, either we're going to fall off the map or we go back up, and then we come back out and we can't make that turn. It's just obnoxious, and really the crux and the worst part of this game is the controls. The second worst part of the game is the real monotony of it all. Like, it's almost kind of a little bit better, but also worse than Pac-Man, where, you know, Pac-Man has a lot more, I don't know, like, what's a good thing to say about, like, the differences between, like, this and Pac-Man. Pac-Man, for one, is just, you know, like, that cult following, that special game where, you know, you had the stuff. This one, it's just, Pac-Man had different maps, everything changed up, the ghost would kind of do stuff. You couldn't punch the ghost, so you actually had to avoid. This one, you can punch the ghost. So, like, there's really no fear of anything. You don't need to get the power up because you got to be able to clear the ghost. This, you could just walk up, punch the guy, and then keep going. So it really takes a lot of the skill, the challenge, and the fun that Pac-Man contains in the fact that the ghosts are after you. There's nothing you could do if you can't get to that power pellet, and they get you surrounded, you're dead. Here it's just like, oh, you just punch the guy, you keep going. And there's no fear of anything happening to you. And, you know, that takes a lot of the kind of the fun and challenge out of a game when the only thing that's going to kill you is your really shitty controls of a game. So, all in all, like I said, it is a fun to play for a few minutes, for a little bit here and there. But as far as picking up and wanting to spend an afternoon playing it or really getting into the game, I really don't see there being any getting into this game. It's really just to kind of pick up, play a little bit, screw around a little bit, and then move on with your day. And if you kind of have an inkling, you go back to it. But I really feel like this is not a game you pick up more than once or twice. After that, I don't think you play it ever again. I think it sits, collects dust, and does nothing. So maybe this is your kind of thing. It is definitely decent and better for like younger kids instead of like being the difficulty of Pac-Man. This one allows them to just play because it is a very playable game for children. So like with that being said, and it being kind of, you know, a dinosaur based and kind of silly and cartoony, I think it definitely does placate more towards children. And in that aspect, I really think it works well for, you know, like kids, you know, 6, 7, all the way up to like 12, 13, 14. For a good game that they can actually get into and play and probably have a decent amount of fun with. And I think this would be more in their kind of alley, more so than more adultish. I think it's just too basic, too boring, too repetitive, with the zero worry about getting hit by anything for the most part. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys very much for joining me. You have a good day. See you next one.